Hello, this is Garden State News Now, and I'm Jyoti Reiki. We begin with an update on a disturbing attack in Howell Township that left a mother injured and a community shaken. Howell police say 18-year-old Jaden Thompson of Freehold Township has now been formally charged in connection with the November 17th assault on Pinewood Road, where a woman was attacked while pushing her 2-year-old child in a stroller. Thanks to community tips and the work of Detective Ryan Jackson, Thompson faces third-degree endangering the welfare of a child and disorderly persons simple assault charges. He remains held in the Ocean County Jail on unrelated charges. Absecon police are investigating after a man was found dead on the shoulder of South Shore Road Sunday around 6 p.m. Officers responding to a 911 call discovered the adult male with visible trauma. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The Absecon Police Department and Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office are leading the active investigation and asking for the public's help. Former Atlantic County Corrections Officer is facing serious charges after being accused of sexually assaulting a female inmate inside of the jail. 24-year-old Sebastian Flores Humani of Mays Landing was arrested at his home on Tuesday and charged with second-degree sexual assault and official misconduct. Prosecutors say the attack happened inside of a cell at the Atlantic County Justice Facility. That's where Flores Humani worked until resigning last month. The victim reported the assault on September 4th, triggering a 3-month-long investigation. Meantime, in Jersey City, Councilman James Solomon has been elected the city's next mayor, decisively defeating former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey in Tuesday's runoff election. With 93% of votes counted, Solomon captured 68% to McGreevey's 32%. Now, this was McGreevey's first time running for a public office since resigning as governor amid a personal scandal. Solomon says he will prioritize affordability, stronger rent controls, better schools, and putting residents ahead of developers and special interests. The 41-year progressive, first elected to the council in 2017, will succeed term-limited mayor Steve Fulop in January. Another Hudson County city has a new mayor also after a runoff election this week. Hoboken. At-large Councilwoman Emily Jabor beat Councilman Michael Russo. Neither candidate scored the required 50% to win without a runoff last month. Jabor released a social media statement saying, quote, "I am incredibly humbled and honored by the trust that the people of Hoboken have placed in me." New Jersey drivers will soon pay more at the pump. The state treasury announced the gas tax will rise by 4.2 cents per gallon starting January 1st this upcoming new year. The increase brings the total tax on gasoline to 49.1 cents per gallon and diesel to 56.1 cents. It's required under a 2024 law to fund the Transportation Trust Fund, which supports road and bridge repairs across the state. The adjustment is automatic and happens every year to keep transportation projects fully funded. Lieutenant Governor-elect Dr. Dale Caldwell has been tapped by incoming Governor Mikey Sherrill to serve as New Jersey's next Secretary of State. Lieutenant governors in Jersey serve dual roles, also taking on a cabinet-level position. Caldwell will have oversight of arts, business, and other state functions, a portfolio that often includes elections, cultural affairs, and community engagement. The appointment reflects the new administration's early moves to assemble its leadership team and set its priorities ahead of taking office.
And I have the opportunity to leave the Save Time and Money Transition Committee to really focus on cutting through red tape and eliminating unnecessary fees and delays and ensuring that the small businesses, and especially minority-owned businesses, can get the real reliable support they need and the opportunities that they deserve given their capabilities. And so as we look at this idea of saving time and money, we are laser focused on really trying to reduce this red tape and this challenging delay that costs small businesses like Delta's a lot of money. The second piece is culture and tourism, and if anybody who knows me knows that, like Mikey, we love history. You know, we love history, and this state has one of the richest histories in America. And so as the Secretary of State, we want to make sure that history is not only collected, but is as vibrant as possible, and that it reaches all of the population. I think too many people don't understand how incredible New Jersey is.
The selection also signals a focus on bringing in experienced leaders with ties to education, community development, and inclusive governance. Meantime, state lawmakers advance a bill to strip key investigative powers from the state comptroller and shift them to another watchdog agency, sparking backlash from progressives. Senator Andy Kim, Acting Comptroller Kevin Walsh, and Attorney General Matt Platkin all testified against the bill, warning it would weaken anti-corruption safeguards. Critics said the proposal mirrors Trump-era attempts to undermine inspectors general and could undercut Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill's transparency agenda. Walsh called the bill, quote, an affront to democracy, expressing hope that top state leaders would block it. While the State House in Trenton is preparing for a new governor, lawmakers are in overdrive during this critical lame duck session, a last push before incoming Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill is sworn in. Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin says there is a lot of work to be done in the lame duck.
We have been talking about in the Assembly and in the legislature for a number of years now about the need to make New Jersey more affordable for people and to take into account the things that really matter in people's day-to-day life. And so I think we're going to continue on with some of the things that we have been working on before we continue to go on to things in the new session. We're looking at doing some worker protections here. We have a bill that would allow, it's called, I always get it backwards, retire ready, I should say, retire ready, which will reduce the number of employees that an employer has to have before they offer to people who want to create their own retirement funds.
Democrats will have a supermajority when they return in 2026. And by the way, Coughlin is officially New Jersey's longest-serving Assembly Speaker. After more than a decade representing New Jersey's 12th congressional district, Democratic Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman, the first African-American woman to represent New Jersey in Congress, announced she will not seek re-election and will retire at the end of the 119th Congress. First elected in 2014, Representative Watson Coleman has been a fierce advocate for criminal justice reform, women's rights, voting rights, and healthcare equity. On New Jersey's Laura Jones caught up with a congresswoman for a one-on-one on her legacy and what comes next.
I've been working very hard here in Congress trying to make an administration that I think is very mean and evil to respond to the needs of people. I just think it's time for somebody else to pick up that mantle and to, I hope, share some of the same values in terms of what I believe this government should do and be for the people that it needs to do and be for.
You can see the full interview next weekend on ONNJ Politics with Laura Jones, Saturday at 6:30 a.m. and Sunday at 8:30 a.m. on WJLP Me TV. Liberty House in Jersey City kicked off the holiday season last week with a heartwarming celebration, bringing together students, teachers, and the community. More than 350 local students filled the venue to deck the halls for the 20th annual Snowflake Awards. It's a tradition that shines a spotlight on arts programs in area schools. And now to spruce things up, Lisa Marie Falbo has the story.
Liberty House in Jersey City opened its doors for a joyful holiday gathering, bringing together students, teachers, and the community to celebrate the spirit of the season. It's a holiday tradition 2 decades strong. At Liberty House, more than 350 Jersey City students arrived ready to deck the halls and its trees for the 20th Annual Snowflake Awards, which celebrates and supports art programs in local schools.
Snowflake Awards is something, yes, like we're doing it now for 20 years. We feel it's a way to really kick off the holiday season and to do it in a way that really embraces the community.
With over a dozen of themed trees lining Liberty House, students from across the state showed off their imagination. From classic Christmas looks to pop culture favorites and heartfelt tributes. This year, a panel of celebrity judges, including Art House Executive Director Meredith Burns, The Voice and American Idol contestant Haley Mia, and yours truly, had the tough job of choosing the winners. A lot of sparkle and jazz and pizzazz. A lot of the messages on all of these trees deal with kindness and empathy, and what great lessons to teach our kids. This tree has a very specific purpose. This tree honors the strong and brave women in our PS6 school and community who have fought or are fighting breast cancer. And beyond the trees, students lit up the room with holiday performances, including ballroom dancing and a special performance by Haley Mia.
They get to dance, have fun, meet other kids from other schools. It's an annual tradition here at Liberty House, and it's really, really special to be part of.
At the end of the morning, 3 schools earned this year's top honors, recognized not just for creativity, but for teamwork and school pride. All of the trees will be displayed at Mattie Rose Restaurant throughout the holiday season.
I think they're going to be really proud of everybody, and it's really going to be nice, heartwarming right before the holidays. I think they'll be really proud.
It's not really about winning, but it's more so for them to embrace the experience.
And of course, no holiday celebration is complete without a visit from Santa, who made the trip from the North Pole to congratulate the students and help kick off the season. For By Landmark, this isn't just a tradition. It's a commitment to uplifting the communities they serve.
Merry Christmas!
From Liberty House in Jersey City, happy holidays. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo for ONNJ Jersey.
Okay, I saw the fake snow at the start of that story, so can we expect any real snow? Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Favetta for a look at the Garden State forecast. Mike, what do we have on tap?
Hey, Jyoti, it might come in sooner than you think, especially after the frosty starts we've had each and every morning. Well, Friday, no exception. Look at these wind chills down in the single digits. They're up in Sussex County, 11 degrees over toward Hackensack, 12 as a wake-up feels-like temperature throughout the early Friday morning hours, even down the shore, falling into the 20s. So there's plenty of cold air around, and with a little bit of light snow and rain mixing in at the coast south of Atlantic City by later Friday afternoon into the early evening. Gets a little messy, but I don't think it accumulates too much. It's a very fast-moving system. We'll show you coming up in the future cast how it's all about the real cold weather that allows that Arctic feel to endure, not just for the weekend, but even into next week. Monday morning, back to the grind. Early Monday morning feels like 2 in Morristown and 4 in Flemington. So we have to get ourselves familiar with these single digits for the next few days. Even with the afternoon highs, just struggling to make it above freezing this weekend, not just on Saturday, also on Sunday. We're briefly touching the upper 30s and then right back down in the 20s for highs by Monday. So very cold weather on the way after a pretty chilly weekend. At least we're dry, again, except if you find yourself south of Atlantic City. A little bit of a rain-snow mix there, doesn't accumulate, but Saturday and Sunday will be cloudy and gray, looking more and more like Christmas is around the corner, right? The holiday season is upon us, especially the weather cooperating, Jyoti, over the next few days. We'll talk more about it with the 7-day forecast coming up.
I guess that's the silver lining. I need to mentally brace myself. I saw 0 on your map at one point. So yeah, I need to get myself ready for that.
Shocking.
Thanks, Mike. Coming up next on Garden State News Now, the New Jersey Hall of Fame rolled out the red carpet for its new inductees. We'll take you there for a preview of what's ahead. Plus, how the Jersey Shore's situation is creating a space rooted in compassion, community, and second chances right here in New Jersey. Welcome back. In 2024, spending on film and television here in New Jersey reached a record $833 million, surpassing the previous high of $701 million in 2022. That surge included 556 productions and more than 30,000 crew hires statewide, nearly doubling the number of hires compared with 2023. The boom is fueled by the state's competitive film and digital media tax credit program. It provides up to 40% in credits and generous incentives for production companies, making New Jersey a leading East Coast production hub. Small businesses from catering and hospitality to construction, local vendors and services are seeing increased demand as productions bring jobs, spending, and economic ripple effects across communities. The Cranford Theater reopened last Tuesday, several months after a partial ceiling collapse forced its closure in April. The renovation was comprehensive, including new seats, carpeting, and upgrades, while retaining the theater's historic charm. The owners now plan to expand offerings beyond movies to concerts, film festivals, and community events. The reopening coincided with the venue's 99th birthday, a renewal of a long-standing cultural institution and community hub, very timely for the holiday season. The New Jersey Hall of Fame rolled out the red carpet to celebrate its class of 2025. The lineup included the Jonas Brothers, Chef David Burke, Olympian champion Sidney McLaughlin-Levrone, and so many other New Jersey greats. On New Jersey's Lisa Maria Falbo was there with the Hall of Fame president Steve Edwards for a front row look at this year's inductees.
We are here at the 2025 New Jersey Hall of Fame induction ceremony from American Dream, and I am here with the gentleman who made tonight all happen, Steve Edwards. How are you?
I did not make this night. That we have, and I'm not being cute, but we have such a big team that's been working on this event for 5 months, and tonight I'm feeling so much gratitude in my heart for these people because I see them running around and barely keeping their sanity, but they're terrific to do it, and you're terrific to be here. I can't thank you enough, Lisa.
You know I love the Hall of Fame. I think that comes out in every time I filmed with you. This is like truly a passion of mine. And I had goosebumps walking in for you because this is happening at your baby, the museum. It's the first time ever.
It's my baby. It's a lot of people's baby. And I did think of that. I'm actually saying that tonight when I'm on stage with my remarks, that this is all happening in the backdrop of this amazing museum just steps away. And it's really the first of its kind in the United States. We're one of only 3 state halls of fame to begin with. And the bottom line is that it does feel so great. It's full circle for me to have the museum and the ceremony next to each other. So thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, you know what everyone is pointing out to me? They love that we're in a mall. They're like, how Jersey is it that we're at a mall in the Meadowlands?
In the swamps of Jersey, baby.
Can't make it up.
Oh, where else are you going to be for the Hall of Fame? You know, this really is, anyone who's been to this complex knows that it's so much more than a mall. I'm not being cute. It's what we call an entertainment type of complex. And the bottom line is, you know, you don't see this at most malls. You got roller coasters and you got water parks and so many different attractions. So it's really a sight to be seen. It's one of the most unique properties in the United States. We're just so happy about the fact that we're here within this complex.
We're happy to be here with you, supporting you tonight. Congratulations. And can't wait to see what's next. On to 2026 now.
You got it. I love your attitude, Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie will have much more from the New Jersey Hall of Fame red carpet coming up on her show, Your New Jersey, right here on New Jersey. 2 New Jersey teens, 16-year-old Tanisi Reddy and 17-year-old Ryan Zhao, have been named 2 of just 30 semifinalists worldwide in the prestigious Breakthrough Junior Challenge. It's an international competition where students create original videos explaining tough scientific concepts. They're now in the running for $400,000 in prizes, including a major college scholarship and even a brand new science lab for their schools. Tanisi's video breaks down the human body's fight or flight response by reimagining the body as an airport, complete with the spine as departure gate and nerve signals as travelers. Ryan's submission takes on Noether's theorem, which explains why conservation laws in physics exist and sometimes don't. Well, I know what did exist is the frost that I saw in my car earlier this morning. Meteorologist Mike Favetta is back for another look at the Garden State forecast. Mike, what do you think? Can I expect to do that again tomorrow morning, defrosting my car?
You might as well get out the scraper at this point.
Oh,
Dust
no.
it off because you'll need it not just tomorrow, but the next few mornings. Some very frosty starts ahead, especially if you're down south of Atlantic City. There will likely be a little bit of rain-snow mix. So we take you to the Futurecast, where early in the morning on Friday we're quiet. But then as we approach the later part of the morning into the early afternoon, there's a little bit of moisture that works its way up the coast. Doesn't get much further north than the Atlantic City Expressway. Maybe to LBI, a stone's throw from there, but predominantly the extreme southern portion of New Jersey could see a little bit of a rain-snow mix tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. The rest of the state dry, but maybe a few flurries come through as this brutally cold air settles in for the weekend, kind of squeezing out the atmosphere like a sponge, allowing for a few flakes to fall even on Saturday evening. So flurries really in the forecast. That's about it. Nothing accumulating. Even early Sunday evening could see another quick round of light, snow flurries and flakes as, again, the colder air digs its heels in going into Monday morning. These are actual wake-up temperatures down in the teens to start off our week next week. So the bigger picture showing most of the energy offshore, but there's a few quick little systems that try and make a run for us later Sunday night, kind of setting the stage for the very cold week that's ahead into next week. And again, the Futurecast pointing to that little bit of wet weather that tries to clip the shore points, and then another round of light snow that could come through later Sunday night. It's something to watch, especially with it picking up a little bit more moisture. The cold air is certainly in play, and that could put down perhaps a light coating, really on the car tops, grassy surfaces, late Sunday night into early Monday morning. So that's really the only weather we're keeping an eye on into next week. Beyond that, this is warm, Jyoti. This is warm, the low 40s compared to what's coming next week. We'll break it down for you, coming up with the 7-day forecast where it gets really cold for the second week of December. That's coming up.
All I'm seeing is that little bit of sunshine, and I'm going to focus on that. Thanks so much, Mike. All right, coming up next, how the Jersey Shore's situation is helping those facing addiction get a second chance. Plus, how you can score some free Wendy's for an entire year, and it's right here in New Jersey. Actor and comedian Tracy Morgan returned to Hackensack Meridian JFK Johnson Rehabilitation Institute to honor a nurse who cares for patients with brain injuries. Morgan presented the Tracy Morgan Award for Rehabilitation Nursing Excellence to Gilbert Recto, an RN, praising him and the staff as angels who help patients rebuild their lives. Morgan, who underwent months of rehabilitation at JFK Johnson after his 2014 crash, visited current patients and offered emotional encouragement to their families, saying, quote, "People who love you will never give up." New Jersey's Charlie Puth is pushing back against online critics questioning his selection to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. The NFL announced Monday that the 34-year-old hitmaker, known for Attention and See You Again, will perform February 8th at the game in Santa Clara. Some fans complained about the choice, saying it falls short of past icons like Whitney Houston. But Puth fired back on X, saying, quote, I'll never claim to be as good as Whitney, but we're putting together a really special arrangement in D major. It'll be one of my best vocal performances. Known to many as the situation from the show Jersey Shore, Mike Sorrentino has transformed his public journey into a powerful platform for change. With the opening of the Archangel Center, he and his wife Lauren are creating a space rooted in compassion, community, and second chances for those facing addiction. On New Jersey's Lisa Marie Falbo has more.
For years, millions watched Mike the Situation Sorrentino's rise, his struggles, and ultimately his recovery. Now, he and his wife Lauren are turning that personal journey into purpose, opening the Archangel Centers in Tinton Falls as a place where healing can begin.
What legacy do you both want to leave here with this center in Tinton Falls and throughout the Garden State?
When you walk into the center, you feel that this is a safe space, a place for hope and a place for healing.
You know, spreading the resiliency that we've really gained and learned, our life experience.
The doors opened with a simple goal: to meet people where they are and remind them that no one walks this path alone.
What does the Archangel Centers feature?
We are an outpatient facility, so we provide partial care and intensive outpatient programs for primarily adults right now struggling with substance use disorder.
I think you're going to get the best level of care here, but also on top of that, you're going to get it from someone who survived addiction, who came out from it, and the comeback is greater than setback. That's his mantra. I mean, that's what he believes in.
It allows and affords others in the community that are struggling, that have also maybe have made mistakes or succumbed to the disease of addiction, for them to have their comeback story and their second chance as well.
For Lauren and Mike Sorrentino, this center is more than a milestone. It's a promise to turn their story into service and to help others write a new one of their own. For On New Jersey, from Tinton Falls, I'm Lisa Marie Falbo.
What an inspiring journey. Meteorologist Mike Favetta is back for a last look at weather. Mike, maybe something as inspiring to share with me about the weather? I don't know.
Well, if you like the cold, I mean, it's good weather for Santa to be flying, even though we're about 3 weeks away from that. But it's the core of the cold, Jyoti, that's going to be really coming very close to New Jersey over the next 2 weeks. The forecast from the Climate Prediction Center has at least through the middle of December this below average temperature, not just for New Jersey, but most of the Northeast. And that includes portions here up in the northeastern New England area, the coldest part of that weather. You really have to head out south and west, like California, Carolina, down to the desert to enjoy some warmer weather. Going to Florida, probably not even going to cut it because, yes, even places down in the southeast are going to be slightly cooler than average. As far as rainfall, we have average precipitation chances going forward. And it doesn't mean it can't snow. There's certainly some chances of that going forward, but it will be, I think, a very cold period ahead, taking us through this weekend into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Look at our highs, struggling just to make it above the freezing mark. And then by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, that's still below average by the end of the week. If you're looking to go down the shore or plan to visit places south of Atlantic City, remember, a little bit of rain snow on the way for you on your Friday, late morning into the early afternoon, like it's just a nuisance amount. And then by Sunday, could have another light rain round of flurries later Sunday evening. Extreme cold settles in for Monday and doesn't really go anywhere. It stays chilly into the end of next week, Jyoti. So it's time to bundle up. And if you haven't gotten out the big winter coat yet, the parka, now's the time to do it.
I guess I should get over it, get used to it. It is December in New Jersey after all. Thanks so much, Mike. Wendy's fans in Burlington have a reason to celebrate this holiday season. Flynn Group, Wendy's largest franchisee, is officially reopening its newly remodeled restaurant at 2103 Mount Holly Road with a big community event. The grand reopening takes place this Saturday, December 6th, and the first 100 guests in lines will win free Wendy's for an entire year. The updated 3,400 square foot location features a modern design, bright open seating, and a Coca-Cola freestyle beverage dispenser for customized drinks. Flynn Group expects the restaurant to add 45 jobs to the local economy, including crew members, shift leaders, and managers as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jyoti Reiki. Check out ONNJersey.com for more news and weather throughout the day.